So why is feminism a joke? Because you fucking named it wrong. That's why. You named it wrong. For starters, I am a philosophiumist. Okay? But ism. So feminism, femme, right? Female. Means a gender derivative. And you put ism at the end of it. So, ism. What does that mean? Well, to me, it sounded like women leaders simply for the fact that they're women. And a belief system organized throughout the people that, just like chauvinism, right? So chauvinism is male dominance, simply over the female and stuff like that. Irrationality that just because a woman's a woman, blah, blah, blah. You know, back in the day growing up, we just called it women's rights. We believe in women's rights. Now everybody's a feminist, so I hear that. It's the amount of people that think I'm sexist, right? Simply just because you're a woman. No. You fucking named it wrong. Look, if I were gonna say bohugabism, what about Marxism, Nazism? What's the other one? Stoicism, stuff like that. That's a governing philosophical structure that is basically defined and used to justify hypocrisy. So all isms are usually a means of understanding a formal cognitive structure. Women leaders just for the sake of having women leaders. Now all of a sudden men can't be leaders and they can't say no to women and they can't deny women and they can't. You get my point, right? So cognition comes from denying the creator. It all goes into a lot of paradox philosophy and stuff, but I think therefore I am, right? You have the ability to agree or disagree with something. And so if in every other species on Earth run by queens, basically, queens, right? The queen of the species, like the queen bee, the queen ant, all the men do basically the bidding. They become hive-minded. And so then you get into male-dominated species also there. Conversely, quite the opposite. But then you either have colonial species or you have hive species. And that's what I thought that it was, anti-cognition. Because that's what it sounds like when you actually analyze the word and you understand what the word is. And so by translation throughout generations, I've said this for years, our greatest weakness is how we interpret the meanings of words, and that we cannot translate ideas consistently by generation. Everybody else has to be cognitive and come to these conclusions themselves. And so many roads lead to the same conclusions. Well, it's fucking funny. So if we only had by women for women simply because they are women that they created life, what would happen to our species? Well, look at it like this. So Joe Biden stimulates the economy. He has a bill he wants trillions of dollars for, so now he gives that to all the illegal immigrants. And all the immigrants who don't pay taxes, as they have been doing, they send that money back home to fund other people to come here or sustain themselves back home in Mexico. So now all of a sudden, it's the fucking jungle from Upton Sinclair. There is a flood of people, right? And they just keep coming more and more and more. He stimulates the economy again. So we just have this massive just flood of immigration. Except now these people want to participate in our system. they believe that they have voter rights. So then we give them voter rights. Fine as all, they participate in this system, so we deserve to have rights. We're going to give every illegal immigrant a right to vote now. And all of a sudden, they have majority vote in locality all the way up to the federal system. And so this is a concept, not just simply feminism, this or that. It's always rationalize a balance. But if the people that come here from back there don't have our system, but want to participate in our system, what do you think the voting is going to happen? It's going to be the exact same system back home, brought here, and uses a majority to overtake the people here and our system to weed it out. And so that leads to collapse, just the same as if we're just going to let every opinionated female all of a sudden, just because they're female, have the right to be right. They're just automatically right? Automatically correct. So feminism tricks you like that. And just like the title of this video, why is feminism a joke? Well, it's kind of demonstrating that flaw and that failure of people to understand the meanings of words, so that you can understand that ism was improperly used. Of course I believe in freedom and rights and liberty and all that shit, but you gotta learn to label things properly, people, because I've had people that think I'm just like, just because you're a girl, you can't do things. Absolutely absurd. My oven is making the most horrible sounds.